Mac Jones got benched for the third time this season after a very, very poor red zone interception. I want to bring this up one more time for us. This was the red zone interception, an inexcusable interception, a very poorly thrown football, right decision-making, very, very bad thrown ball. So he got benched for a third time. Bailey Zappe came in and by the way, 2 minutes left in the game. Did he lead a game-winning drive to try to seal the win for the Patriots and come back? No, he threw it into the triple, maybe quadruple coverage to end the game.
To the ground there.
Yeah, well, I think you had very, very little time, so I don't know if you could really throw the ball into the ground. But it's quite unfortunate. The Patriots fall to 2-8, which is their worst record through 10 games since 2000. Not good. Not good at all. By the way, I think that 2000 season, they went 5-11. There's a very decent shot the Patriots stay with 2 wins the rest of the year. There's a decent likelihood.
You don't think they'll beat the Giants?
They could beat the Giants, but that would move them to 3-14. 3-14 then the year, which would be their worst record. I'll go back right now to find when their worst. That would be their worst record since 1992 when they went 2-14.
Yeah, Bill Belichick doesn't have a very good record against the Giants. He got beaten 2 Super Bowls by them.
Yeah,
he's been beaten the regular season by them as well. So I don't know. It's going to be a hard game for him.
Yeah,
and for them, every game's hard for them. They're so poor on offense. It's terrible.
Well, here, I want to bring up a soundbite before we jump into the topic. This was Mac Jones talking about his interception.
It was a terrible throw. Practiced it, hit it in practice. Just not a good throw. And I knew where to go. I just didn't do it. Didn't do it right. Yeah, there were some things that I was working through, but doesn't matter. No excuses.
So, once again, the no excuses card. So, it's quite unfortunate. But I want to tell you, do you think Mac Jones' career as a New England Patriot, wearing number 10, in that the Century Blue or whatever it's called, the New Century Silver, do you think that's officially over?
Maybe. I can't say 100%, but maybe. What do you think? Do you think it's over?
Well, my plan is, and I'm going to jump into this when that circumstantial topic that we may have, down the road when that comes around. My plan for the Patriots is this is my plan. If you have the 3rd overall pick, let's go solo screen here. If the Patriots have the 3rd overall pick in the draft, that means most likely the Bears trade out of the 1st pick and gain a plethora of picks and maybe a player or two for a team that desperately needs a quarterback. If that's the Giants, so be it. Whatever the case may be. But what I do see happening is, I think a team drafts maybe Caleb Williams at number 1. The Giants draft probably Drake May at number 2. That leaves the Patriots at number 3 for a few options. You can go get Michael Penix. You can go get Bo Nix. You can get J.J. McCarthy, I guess. You can get whoever you want at that number 3 spot. My decision would be, you draft Marvin Harrison at number 3. You could draft, I think, Jaden Daniels out of LSU, goes early in the 2nd round. You could draft him in the 2nd round if you want. Mac Jones makes, I think, $2.6 million next season. You are not paying him anything. You also have $90 million at least in cap space next season. You are going to do something that the Patriots really haven't done. They tried to do that in Mac Jones' first year. You're going to do something that you haven't done throughout Mac Jones' 10 years in New England Patriot. You're going to get him talent. Now, I also think Robert Kraft is going to hire a proper GM. I think that will happen. I think supposedly a lot of, through the grapevine, people are hearing that Belichick and Kraft are going to, amicably depart and go their separate ways at the end of this season. Maybe that'll happen. I don't know. The extension goes to at least next season. That's what the extension was for Bill Belichick. The lucrative multi-year deal supposedly is only for next season. So what I think is Belichick stays as the head coach. I do think they hire a GM or at least a consultant that has a lot of say in who they're drafting and who they're acquiring. Because Belichick, even buying talent, it sort of falls flat on its face. I think they're going to draft Marvin Harrison. And why do I say that and not draft a quarterback like Michael Penix or Bo Nix is for this reason. They had several opportunities to get a wide receiver very, very good and a top-tier wide receiver. And I mentioned this a few times on the show. I said, go out and get D-Hop because it'll answer 2 potential questions the Patriots have had. 1, it answers the question of finally needing a true wide receiver 1 that D-Hop is. That's definite. The second thing is, if you get D-Hop, you will finally probably know your answer. Is it Mac Jones or is it a very, very poor offense? None of those things happen. So once again, we're at the question mark of, is it the offensive line? Is it Bill O'Brien? Is it Bill Belichick? Is it Mac Jones? We still have a lot of questions about who exactly is to blame. Mac Jones this season has not played great. He's not played good. He's played pretty bad. But also the offensive line has been the worst since 2015. The running game has been the worst since 2015. Like these are the defense is allowing more points than it has basically in any Patriots season. The offense has scored less points.
Wide receivers stank. Wide
receivers have been the worst in separation. Devontae Parker, I believe, for his 4th straight year, is going to lead the league in the lowest amount of separation, according to Next Gen Stats. I mean, the Patriots have no talent. They don't have any receivers. Demario Douglas, Pop Douglas seems very, very promising. Tyquan Thornton, they missed. N'Keal Harry, they missed. I don't have the exact list in front of me, but since 2010, they haven't been able to draft any wide receiver so far.
Tayshaun Boutte may be an answer.
He may be.
He needs a chance.
He had one catch, got popped. He didn't really play again, I would say, after that. But you know what? He looks okay. He needs to figure out how to get his feet in bounds, though. So my prediction would be, and I think this is an unpopular opinion, Bailey Zappe's not the answer. Malik Cunningham's not the answer. Mac Jones is your best option out of those 3. Play him. You don't pay him anything. Keep him from next year. Let's say they fire Bill O'Brien next season. Fire him. You bring in Josh McDaniels. I would give Mac Jones 4 games. 4 games to prove, with a true number 1 receiver, to prove if he's something or not. Otherwise, you bring in Jaden Daniels or whoever you want at quarterback, and you leave it there. I think that's my unpopular opinion is keep Mac Jones at least for next season. Get him a true number 1 receiver. Try your best to not draft 8 guys who are projected in the 4th round of the draft as your offensive lineman. Cole Strange was a projected 4th or 5th round offensive lineman. You got him in the 1st round at the 26th pick, if I'm not mistaken. Get legitimate 1st round, or if you need 2nd round prospects. Don't get 4th or 5th round prospects for your offensive line. The unfortunate thing is, though,
I think they tank for Marvin Harrison Jr.
You don't need to tank. You're bad anyway. Like the Patriots are trying to win games and they're screwing that up. My unpopular opinion is keep Mac Jones at least for 1 more year. You have a 5th-year option because he's a 1st-round pick. You have the ability to do that.
I might agree with that if they brought back McDaniels to be the offensive coordinator, because Bill O'Brien certainly isn't doing very well with it. He's doing worse than
Matt
Patricia. You couldn't say enough bad things about Matt Patricia.
He wasn't qualified. He was a defensive guy calling offensive plays.
They almost got to the playoffs with him as the offensive coordinator, with the quarterback dishing him every game.
Yeah,
I think that I think a lot of Mac Jones' problem with the Patriots is they remember that and they don't like that.
Maybe
that he dissed them.
Well, he didn't diss them. He dissed the coaches, the players.
The coaches, yeah.
The players were behind him.
Well, that's even worse. What
do you mean that's even worse?
That's worse for the coaching staff to think, hey, we've created a situation here where we're letting our quarterback diss us and the players are with him. That's not the way a team is led. A team is led by the coaches.
Well,
not led by the players.
Well, when the coach puts you in a position to fail.
But he's failing worse this year with an offensive coordinator that Mac Jones is happy to have.
Because because Belichick can't put pieces. He lets pieces. I guarantee you, this will happen. Kendrick Bourne's gone. He's a free agent this upcoming season. Kendrick Bourne is gone next season. Kyle Duggar may be gone. Josh Uche, I believe, is on a contract year. He may be gone. There's a lot of pieces that are going to be gone that people know are really good for this team. They're going to be gone. That's just how Belichick, that he doesn't spend big money on players that succeed.
Now he has $90 million of cap space.
It doesn't matter. They don't spend it. They had a bunch of cap space this offseason.
I think they probably will.
They spent it on Juju Smith-Schuster and extending Devontae Parker another year or two.
Those were mistakes.
100% they were mistakes. They outbid the Chiefs for Juju Smith-Schuster. So my thing would be you keep Mac Jones. But here's the thing. Belichick can't draft receivers. For all I know, they'll draft a guy in the 4th round that was projected in many other teams to be undrafted in the draft. He'll pick him up in the 2nd or 3rd round. You could draft a quarterback in the 2nd or 3rd round. You could draft, if Bo Nix is available in the 2nd round, by all means draft him. But you're not going to start him. You don't pay Mac Jones anything. You have at least 4. If you draft him in the 1st round, you need to draft a number 3, but a 2nd round pick, you have 4 years where you don't pay that backup quarterback or a potential starting rookie quarterback, whatever the case may be. You have 1 year really of Mac Jones. If he plays it outstandingly, you may give him that 5th-year option. You may. But to say them, what I'm going to ask you this. I'm going to ask any of you out there. What have the Patriots done to help Mac Jones? What is Bill Belichick as the GM and the head coach? What has he done?
The first year he had a good offensive coordinator.
Right, Josh McDaniels. I think we both know Josh McDaniels is a phenomenal offensive coordinator. But in that first year, right, was great. He bought brand new talent: Hunter Henry, Jonnu Smith, Nelson Aguilar, Kendrick Bourne. Great pieces. Outside of so his rookie year, he's great. 10-7, makes the playoffs, gets absolutely smoked in the playoffs. 2022 and 2023. What has Bill Belichick and this team done to help the offense?
Not much. Nothing.
So how can we say it's all on Mac Jones when
I'm not saying
Mac Jones is a problem? He's not the problem.
You know what? It's not all on Mac Jones, except when in critical points in games, he's made some very poor decisions.
I can't.
And you don't know whether that's going to carry over or not. I mean, despite the fact they didn't have a wide receiver one, Gesicki was running free all the way to the corner of the end zone. All he had to do was lob the ball up in the air, and it was a touchdown. In fact, he just threw it straight, right to the Colts guy. Look how open Gesicki is. Play it once more.
It's going to replay.
Look at this. He's wide open. Nobody even near him. Hey. That is bad.
I said in our second.
That's a defining. You know what? In a way, that's a defining moment for Mac Jones.
I said I cannot and will not defend that interception. I cannot and will not defend the interception because that is indefensible. But I will say this. I guarantee you, no one can name me one thing Belichick has done, in addition Belichick has made, to help the team, to help the offense. You can't name one.
You make a good point there.
If you're going to say, oh, yeah, they got who they got? They drafted Demario Douglas. Oh, so great. Hey, he's improved. He was terrible to start the year. I think he's still one of the lowest graded offensive linemen in the entire league.
He's played better the last few
years. And also moving Owenu to right tackle has been great. He's been a very, very good right tackle, moving him from guard to tackle. Trent Brown, he's on a contract year. He'll probably be gone.
Yeah. There's
pieces on that team that are not set up to succeed in the NFL, especially in today's NFL. Mac Jones may be a Jimmy G. So instead of molding this team for a Tom Brady, mold it like a team that would be led with Jimmy G. You need talent. You can't put up to the quarterback to be your difference maker. You basically have to build the 49ers. Create the San Francisco Patriots. Las Vegas built a rendition of the Patriots. Make New England create a rendition of the San Francisco 49ers. Get a bunch of talent. Let the quarterback be average. Jimmy G is an average to below average quarterback.
Okay, but how about Brock Purdy? Do you think he's an above average quarterback?
I would. How about this? Take Trent Williams out. He's terrible. With Trent, they were 100% healthy in the game against the Jaguars. They lit him up. Have a little bit of turbulence. We saw what they did. 17 points a game. The defense, crumbles a little bit.
Played very well last week.
He did, but then again, the team was entirely healthy. The team was healthy. So, I'll take it. Hot take, unpopular opinion. I'd keep Mac Jones. This year's bet. I can't defend how bad it. I can't defend that throw was the ugliest throw I may have ever seen. I'm going to talk. I'm going to reference it right now. I think Mac Jones is broken. I'm going to say he's not there. This is a different Mac Jones, not physically, obviously, mentally.
Psyche is broken.
Mentally.
I think yelling at him over on the sidelines, Bill O'Brien yelling at him, I don't think is a smart thing to do.
He said he'll want to be hard coached. I think it was last year, week 3 against the Ravens. I'm going to say it right now. I'm going to talk about this in depth later on if we have that circumstantial topic. Week 3 against the Ravens. He had a phenomenal game. Devontae Parker was having a breakout game. Mac Jones is playing phenomenally. When he had that high ankle sprain and Zappe came in, 2 things happened. One, fans went crazy. I think fans thought it was the Tom Brady story. A first-round pick, you come in, you bring a later-round pick, and he performs very, very well. That is the Brady story. After an injury, that first-round pick gets hurt. Bledsoe was a first overall pick. Mac Jones, 15th overall pick. Brady was a 6th-round pick. Zappe was a 4th-round pick. You have that later-round pick who comes in and performs very well. The crowd thought Tom Brady 2.0, this is the guy.
Yeah.
I think Mac Jones lost the fans, which if the fans aren't rooting for you, it's basically like you're playing on the road, essentially. If all the fans are chanting Zappe and praying for your downfall, not only that, I want to see some. I'm going to show you the clip once again. Mac Jones's feet. I mentioned this to you from the very beginning of the season.
He didn't step into the throw.
He has not stepped. He's not stepped into any throw. I think Mac Jones is afraid to get hit. I think because the offensive line has been maybe one of the worst offensive lines in the NFL. It's been the worst Patriots offensive line in near a decade. Mac Jones is afraid to get hit. And I think that's because the offensive line.
Well, that's a problem.
I agree. That's because I think he's afraid to get hurt, and he's had no confidence in his offensive line to protect him. I think those two things make Mac Jones' psyche, at least in the pocket, he's seeing ghosts. He's seeing ghosts, and that's a problem. Mac Jones, at least psyche, is broken. The Ravens game, I think, was that turning point in his career. High ankle sprain, fans after that game chanting Zappe all the time. Now every single game, it's Zappe, Zappe. My take, Mac Jones is broken.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, if you want to check out the full episode, make sure you click the I in the top right-hand corner right now. If you want to listen to this show anywhere you go, make sure you go to anchor.fm/The Harvey Hour or anywhere you get your podcasts.